On today's podcast, Jeff and Leif totally fuck off. Reading 12 chapters of Exodus on last week's show fueled them with enough self-righteousness to spend most of this podcast trying to explain how God is an alien. Also, it is not the opinion of the staff or members here at Let's Get High and Read the Bible that the Easter Bunny was crucified for your sins. Tell your moms to calm down.
Oh, I needed to hit record. Check. There we go. How do I sound? You good?
Yeah.
Sweet. You look good. Yeah, Mike Tyson got fucking annoyed with this guy was fucking pestering him on a play, and it's bad too. He's like pestering for a long time, and they just beat the fuck out of him real quick.
Wouldn't take him long.
No, why would you do that? That guy's a fucking rhinoceros. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe you don't have very good boundaries.
Alcohol, maybe.
How long was the flight?
I'm not sure. It was probably going to be a long one, San Francisco to Florida.
Yeah, a couple 6 hours. 5.5 hours. Yeah.
That's a lot of time to have someone fucking trying to bug you because you're famous.
I don't know why anybody would bug Mike Tyson. I mean, his proclivities precede him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just fucking. Oh, and then I bugged Mike Tyson until he fucked me up.
And that's that guy's only cred now. Like,
well, and like, so Mike apparently has done like so much, like tons of work on himself.
yeah,
I say Mike like I know him. You know, according to all the times I've seen on other people's podcasts, he's done a lot of work on himself and he smokes a lot of weed. So just how much fucking annoyance did Mike swallow before enough was too much?
Yeah. It looked like a lot. It looked like a whole lot.
How rad would it be to be Mike Tyson?
Dude.
Not leading up to the point where he had to swallow all that, but the point where he snaps and he just fucking beats the shit out of the dude. It's like there's zero mystery in Mike's head on the outcome of what's about to happen to dude. There's a multiverse where every reality is possible, and none of those have that dude
losing,
not getting his ass kicked.
Every
like,
one of them.
You know, and I feel like most human beings have that like magnetic, the anti-magnetic push away from those scenarios.
Yeah, violence and whatnot. Yeah.
No. The ones where no reality in the multiverse has them winning.
Oh,
like most people are like just like even with booze and all that stuff, they will like they'll it's like a little shock. They can't go too close to those scenarios. Not this guy. Not this guy. No, and another thing, Mike, why don't you just come here? Let me slap you on the back again.
dude, he used to rob drug dealers when he was like 11 and 12, I think.
Yeah.
Rob drug dealers.
Yeah.
Yeah, my entire Instagram feed is just Mike Tyson fighting. Like it's just like old Tyson reels. Yeah. I watch it all day.
Yeah, it's just I'll have to. Well, was that yesterday?
I don't know. It was what I woke up to, so it must have been yesterday.
Because did you have any problem with your internet yesterday?
No.
Or your cell phones or anything?
Mm-mm. Well, maybe I don't know.
Might have been a cyber attack.
Cyber attack? The government's trying to get on your local files there?
Oh, it wasn't just me, but I was talking to my guy at the LCB, but like I was over and over and over again yesterday, calls would fail. Like,
weird.
The system is not working. Please try again later. It's like, what are we, 1974? What do you mean? You don't get busy signals. You don't get shit working. Like 9 calls in a row.
I'm going to leave a message.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it was I don't know. I can't speak to it. I just heard. it definitely happened to me. And then the guy I was talking to who works for the government was like, we're a little concerned that maybe.
Oh, so, man.
Who knows?
Maybe it's the end times.
I'd like to think the end times were a little more abrasive than, oh, my cell phone's not working.
Yeah. Could just be the precursor.
That's it? That's it?
Yeah, that was it.
Wait, what, I can't get online? What, Pornhub's down? Oh, man. Oh, this must be the purgatory. No bleeding ears, no burning hair, no like
scorpions from above. Yeah,
no raining frogs. What? Come on, man. Jesus Christ! I was led to believe it'd be more entertaining than that,
dude. Yeah, there's you've never had any like experiences with those people, have you?
Which
like
people?
A weird fundamentalist end times type.
Does that include Jehovah's Witness?
To be honest, I don't know. The only thing I know about Jehovah's Witness is that they believe only 144,000 people will go to heaven.
I think I probably made the cut.
It's been a long time. A lot of human history. So.
I'm the step grandson of the firstborn. So my son is the first male of the bloodline in these folks who are the elders of the San Francisco chapter of the Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, okay.
So I might be able to grandfather. Oh, I'm with him. I'm with him. See, we look alike. So is that cool? I'm just going to slide in here. No, I know I don't believe you because it seemed like a bunch of horseshit, but I understand now that's happening. Yeah. Is it cool if I just hang out with, he gets really kind of, we've got a little thing going.
I'm trying to figure out, I just Googled how many people have ever lived. And then I was trying to figure out what the percentage, what 144,000 would be.
Oh.
Because it's not a very large number.
But Jehovah's Witness didn't start until later. That's a pretty Johnny-come-lately.
Yeah, but they're an Abrahamic religion, so they believe the Old Testament, like all these stories we're reading.
Right. But what I'm saying is that wouldn't it be the case that everybody who lived previously, before Jehovah's Witness, the denomination, whatever you want to call it, started, none of those people would be eligible for parole?
Possibly.
Yeah. So we can just cut all those people out.
Jehovah's Witness believe that exactly 144,000 faithful Christians from Pentecost of 33 AD until the present day will be resurrected to heaven as immortal spirit beings to spend eternity with God.
Sounds like a long time, dude.
That's a hard cut to make,
Oh, I guess. Like I said, I have an in. I might be able to get you in. I might be able to get you on the list. Yeah.
Can you give me a table?
Well, dude,
what the fuck was that about?
What the fuck, Leif?
That's the fucking government.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I can hear me.
Oh, you know why? Check. Watch. You want to see something funny? Here. Here's why. I'm a sound man. Watch this. Here, I'm going to handle this. You think this is why? So if I plug this in, do you think it'll work?
I think so.
I'll fucking have you killed. Are you kidding me? I'll fucking have you killed.
I'm from Genesis. I know how this fucking works.
Dude, I'm fucking part of the Jehovah's Witness clan. Dude, you want to go to heaven? Stop laughing at me.
144 Club, baby.
Dude, one fo. Yeah, okay, where were we?
So good. Well, I think the end times, Jehovah's Witnesses, the funniest part about the end times is like there, you could go, I could take you to a place,
let me take you there,
down.
'cause I'm going
It's so good. Just to like
of the days. No one gets laid except for the gods. They're slanging all the women. Sorry, what? Jesus Christ. A little mouth seizure there. I don't know what happened. I don't know. They're slanging all the women.
it seems true. It
Yeah, it
does. But like, you know, even the church I grew up in, like common phrase I would hear, we are living at the end of time and Obama is the Antichrist. Like, we are living at the end of time and so is bringing about the work of the devil. We are living at the very end of the world.
Yeah.
And this person.
You know,
it's like,
you know what's funny is what's probably closer to the truth is that the asteroid that's going to wipe out our civilization again is just on its way, you know, and it's like, it's out there just dun,
yep.
dun,
Very possibly.
dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. You know, like it's just
Jaws
out
music
there.
is real slow because it's barely building speed back.
Fucking animals.
Fucking animals. But you know,
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
the whole end of days, end of time shit is like Jesus preached this. You know, and so I think it's the reason that. Yeah. It's should we look up a verse?
No.
You don't want to? I can.
Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I will do. I was like, we don't have to.
I just, you know what? Like, God, does it matter what Jesus said? Really? Does it really matter what Jesus said? Like, where are they? Where are they? The wormhole is closed. They're not getting back here.
Yeah.
You know, they have to be. It's sort of like line of sight. You know, like they have to be able to see us. They have to be. I don't know. Nobody's having visions. Nobody's seeing God. No one's talking to God anymore.
Maybe. I don't know. I want to agree with you with that. I would say that in my, rational mind. But like, I don't know. I don't know what talking to God sounds like. I don't know what talking to God. Do you know what the voice of God sounds like? Like, that's another thing that's huge.
Personally, yes, I do. I do. It's that feeling you get. That feeling you get in front of a. It's not. I don't believe whatever. It's not unique to people.
I like this shit.
Well, no, it's like when you're at a concert and the whole fucking place is chanting and it's this seance, it's this ceremony, and everybody's locked into the same energy.
Fuck yeah.
And the place is fucking vibrating and pulsating and you're seeing the colors. That's you're like tapping into the spirit. It's, Don't give me that fucking. You fucking listen or don't listen. Don't fucking pretend to listen.
Yeah, I see. It's do you know? Have you ever heard of? Has anyone in Catholic Church, are they big on the Holy Spirit? It's like the Holy Spirit a big deal.
Well, yeah, that's the third of the trilogy.
Okay, yeah.
Third of the trifecta.
Yeah,
it's like the podium. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's like a brag that weird fundamentalists still throw on me. It's like,
well, you don't have the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, we had a great trip. Oh, there was this one problem. Oh, well, that's because you don't have the Holy Spirit. And I've always just wanted to ask, like, what does the Holy Spirit sound like?
What is it? Can you smell it?
Can you, like, yeah.
Is it like new car smell? Is it like burning rubber, like when the belts don't fit right and you get that kind of burning smell? Is it that? Because if it's giving off energy, it's got to have some sort of inertia or some sort of a entropy, right? Like it's got to have some sort of. Can you smell that shit? Can you smell that shit? Is that the fucking Holy Spirit?
Can you smell what the Spirit is cooking?
Dude, I could smell that dude's Holy Spirit, man. Trying to hide it up with that patchouli didn't work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just.
Is it like? Does that mean that most Christians have just been walking around listening to voices in their head and obeying them for all?
Well, do they say that the Holy Spirit like guides them like in a very direct manner? Mm-hmm. Direct manner, like as in no, turn left. I said take a left.
Yeah.
Like Waze, like it gets all pissed off if you go off course. It's like, fucking, I got to recalibrate your whole goddamn life.
What, you changed me to a British woman voice? What is this?
Right. Well, you got Jeff Goldblum as your spirit voice now.
The righteousness of the Father. I can't do Jeff Goldblum. Sorry about that, folks.
If I could do Christopher Walken, I'd throw Christopher Walken. Yeah. He'd be my guy. I can't, but I don't have one. I don't have one. Barely.
And you know what? It's
barely.
not like GPS. These people are basing their whole lives off the data they're getting through these interactions, mostly through prayer, which I actually back. I'm totally into prayer. I think it works. But like,
what's the difference between prayer and meditation?
I don't think there's much. Well, meditation, you're trying to not think, and prayer, you're actively talking to something, you know, or actively.
Well, okay. Well,
right.
So there's got to be like like a mantra.
Mantra's great.
You know, chanting or whatever, like repeating. Oh, and by the way, I was thinking that I would work. I think we have a mantra now.
What's that?
It's I'm whole, I am light, I heal from within, I'm strong and getting stronger.
Damn, where'd you find that?
That's my that's mine. That's the one that I chant in my head all the time.
Damn, that's fucking badass, dog.
And it's got like, so it's I'm whole, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't need nobody needs outside. You know, you shouldn't need things on the outside to be. And light is that, you know, illumination of the spirit or whatever you know, not the Holy Spirit, but your spirit, your soul is energy, and it's constantly putting off energy. You're light. Okay. You're like a, you know, and what's inside you, just like being whole, you can heal yourself. Like with the, you know, the self-help is a real thing. It's gotten a bad rap, but it's like your brain is strong enough to heal yourself, you know. And then strong and getting stronger is just you're not static. You're constantly evolving and gaining knowledge, and knowledge is power, and you know.
That's the fucking
shit. Yeah.
Dude, I really like that. I'm chewing on this in my brain right now, but I really like that. I had to get high. I was going to wait till we read the Bible. But
I was like, what's going on here, man? Leif's not fucking smoking weed. I better drop some fucking knowledge or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember. I was talking with Stephanie Emery, who used to be Stephanie Wicker. And she was telling me about that, and I couldn't remember if I'd already thought that up or if I thought up after she spoke with me. I can't remember how it worked, but it was a few years ago. And then for a while, I was like, that's what I would just say it to myself over and over while I fell asleep until the words started going in slow motion and everything was like,
shit.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then I was thinking about it again because we've been trying to write our mission statement.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's because. And then one time, my buddy, he was talking about a mantra, and I'm like, well, I got this one. He's like, well, what does it mean? And I'd never like thought out what it meant before, but without thinking about it, I totally rattled off just what I told you.
Yeah.
And he's like, and so, and then like it took me, and then then we've been just chewing on the mission statement while I was sleeping, just trying, and then those two things sort of collided, and I was like, oh, that might work, because that's, if it resonates with you, then
I already like it.
Sort of,
yeah,
just a part, not like that's it, but just like it seemed like it might be a good thing to work in.
Yeah, we might be able to keep it simple like that. I like, I like it though, and as you read this book and you realize the brutal stories and the graphic, weird, complex nature of the contradictory stories, and like the fucking, you realize why people's spirituality has just kind of been jacked from them. They got stolen in the middle of the night back in 2,000 years ago or something, you know? And like, that's what I want to give people back divinity and let them like chew on these religious ideas, let them chew on and think about and possibly even be wrong about eternity. That's, you know, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Cause like I read this quote, and it said Christianity, and I might be wrong cause it could be religion. I can't remember. Religion or Christianity was created to keep poor people from killing rich people.
That makes sense. It's like the keeping the revolt down.
I mean, yeah. That's kind of a bummer way to take this, though.
I don't think that that's too far off from stuff we've already said. It's like it's just a fucking sham. It's just written by, you know, like, well, and I don't know about the Old Testament, but it's definitely like to keep people from punching up.
Yep.
You know, it's like you're definitely supposed to punch down.
Yep.
Or directly across. And if you can punch up, you know, come as close to punching up as you can without getting smited or withered.
Yeah, just don't really do it fully.
Well, unless you can.
Sucker
I
punch
mean,
it.
you know, like yeah, we don't have any great but what was the dad's name who screwed over, was it Abraham that he screwed over and over again?
Laban,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Laban was like, he was this close to going against, he was like, okay, he said, I can't fuck you up physically. He didn't say anything about fucking you out of your time, your energy, your fucking black and white sheep, whatever. It's like, you know, and so he over and over and over. And that's like, he wasn't going against God's will, but he was basically playing within the rules that were laid down on him all the way up to the ceiling.
Right.
And it's well, if that's the deal, then we're kind of all. But then Christians and Catholics and whatever are told, no, you have to love thy neighbor. Fuck that. I'm not supposed to love my neighbor. I'm supposed to take him for everything he's worth, right up until the point where I get arrested. You know, just right up to the edge of
moral,
what's socially acceptable.
Yeah,
well, not even morally, socially
acceptable.
Right?
Yeah, the line. Yeah. It's
that's what it teaches. So how come the poor people don't get to do that? You know, they should. Well, you know what? They are doing that. Go outside and look at the homeless problem. They're fucking laying in the fucking. Oh, look at this nice piece of public grass strip here. I'm going to live here.
Yeah, and what else do they have?
Fuck you. I'm going to live here. Yeah.
Living.
The first step.
And it's everywhere. Like I've been traveling a lot lately, but like every major city, you see this. You know. Yeah.
So we should talk off. Yeah, I got some. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm feeling the tragic story energy coming from you.
Well, it's just that's really that shit is super like is 1 degree away. You know, and so yeah, it's just super. That homeless thing is 1 degree away from our family, and not even it's like, you know, and the thought process behind it, or the, you know, like the person we know who doesn't consider themselves homeless, and is just, you know, like it's those hustlers who used to squat in, like people who used to live in like, you know, 12 people in like a house in the U District,
like the punk
that
rock
have
houses.
like 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Punk rock houses are now RV lines of RVs.
Oh
you know?
My God.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's that there is no more cheap housing. So they've found I don't know. They don't consider themselves homeless necessarily. You know, not in the way that when we grew up you were homeless.
Yeah.
You know, the person that we know is like, oh yeah, well I kind of burned my home down.
Damn.
Cooking something with a big vat of alcohol next to it, and I barely got out with my stuff, and my clothes were sort of burned. But it all worked out for the best because we got a better RV. Like, oh, so in what reality is burning a place is almost dying in a fucking structure fire the best possible scenario for you? You know, it's very strange. But
yeah.
But
well, and you know, like,
it doesn't have anything to do with the Bible, does it?
well, poor people have a lot to do with the Bible, and Jesus is constantly like, okay, not even Jesus, the Old Testament. Like, when a prophet of God comes to warn Israel against their sins, it's almost always you've forgotten the fatherless and the widowed and the poor. It's almost like there's so many, like the warning is you as a state are not helping the people of your state, and so therefore God's going to destroy you.
Right.
You know, and it's, I mean, I see younger friends I have like just opting out. They don't even care. You know,
opting out of what?
Life. Like same thing. Like they're buying RVs, or they're living in this, or they're starting to travel, or they quit their tech job, you know, and they're like, you know, people seem to be like, disenchanted, you know, and they're like, obviously the pandemic fucking didn't help any of that shit either, you know.
Nope.
No. Niet. Well, we read fucking 12 chapters of the Bible last week.
Speak for yourself. I want you to smoke on that little pipe all the time now.
Dude, oh my God. I'm literally not, because I got too high.
No, dude, that's the one, dude. That fucking pipe is that's the thing you got to name. That's like Jiminy Cricket or something, man. That's like whispering into your ear. You're all like,
dude, I was, yeah, I had to edit that one. I was like having conversations with people that weren't in the room.
Leif, I'm right here. What are you doing?
It was rough, right?
It was awesome. It wasn't rough at all. It was fucking great.
I'm glad you say that. Good, because that's what I want to do, right? Like,
yeah,
I want to get that high. But and I think it kind of disarms the Bible in a way, you know, like,
yeah,
because the Bible is so hard to like objectively come to this book because everyone's got an angle on it.
Right. Well,
and they already believe it.
I sort of felt like we hit our stride in the and the whole like, let's get high and read the Bible. It's like I spent, you know, from the age of 14 to the age of 34 getting fucking baked out of my mind. Right. And you spent the age of, you know, 34 until 30 getting Bibled out of your mind. Right? So it's like, I like the idea of you sitting around smoking weed and listening to me read the Bible for the first time. You know, it's like, that was just, it was like, I don't know. I just thought that was fucking awesome. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of Bible.
It was a lot of Bible.
We got through fucking the 7. That fucking 12? Asshole, man. What a fucking asshole. Did I tell you that
Pharaoh or God?
No, fucking God.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? How is Pharaoh an asshole? He couldn't have fucking he couldn't acquiesce if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He tried. And tried.
And you kind of see this narrative I keep repeating that wasn't in Genesis, that God is actually in control of literally everything. Right? Because he's the one hardening Pharaoh's heart. Right? So it's like he's the one. I'm gonna turn. You just see God like in a bad karaoke bar on the dance floor with a drink.
Dude, he was so stoked when Quarter Flash came out. He's like, oh, fuck. I don't care if they're from Portland and it's the 80s. I'm fucking making them huge.
It's such a weird angle to me, and I'd always ask questions in church that got me in trouble. Like, okay, so God's in control of everything, you know, and I believe this.
Right?
It's not me trying to be a dick, you know. I'd be like, so doesn't he control Satan? So
shut up, Leif.
I've had pastors be like, you ask too many questions.
See, that's the thing is like it can't be that. You have to like you got to get your story straight. You know what I mean? You got to no, you have to have an answer for every fucking question. If I'm a sheep, then I'm allowed to say, why? Oh, I guess if I'm a sheep, you're allowed to prod me also. So maybe that's why the buggery starts.
What a weird imagery, and it's all over the Bible. And what a weird thing for like crazy people to latch onto and just start calling everyone sheeple and sheep. And it's like, dude, your fucking God calls you a sheep.
I don't want to be a wolf.
Yeah, I don't want to be a goat. Nope.
I don't want to be a goat.
Yeah, because goat ain't got no hope. Nope.
Goat.
I don't want to be a goat. I just want to be a sheep. Bah. I just want to be a sheep. Bah. All the 6-year-olds.
Now the 9-year-olds.
All right.
Now the ladies. Yeah, we were rewatching. We went back a couple seasons on Better Call Saul so that we could make the run up to the last season. And the part where we first meet Gale, the guy, the original chef inside the kitchen, underneath the laundromat.
Oh yeah.
And the first time we see him, he's at the university, and he's like got the headphones on, and he's singing the. God damn it! You're gonna make me sound smart in the editing. Not the matrix chart, but the what is gold and silver and iron?
Oh, the periodic table.
The periodic table. He's singing. He's got a little song he's listening to, and he's singing and I'm like Leif has one of these about the verses in the Bible, and he knows it front to back. She's like, he does not.
So many.
And don't make me sound that stupid voice when you say what I say. I'm like, fuck, I forgot again. I'm sorry. Well, you're an asshole. Don't stop it.
They're in the church. They're the priestesses. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can't mock them.
No, I don't mean to mock. That's the voice in my head. But it was funny.
Sorry. Yeah, it's weird that indoctrination. And like we've mentioned before, I love the idea of human beings getting together around ritual. Like, I got no problem with Sunday morning as an idea. Yeah. And like, you get together, you all aim at good. You sing good songs that uplift. You tell some good stories. I think that shit rules. Like having a really good dinner with a bunch of friends can be kind of the same vibe. You know, it's kind of just like you all get together and make the meal and then eat it. It's like, that's fucking rad, you know?
Breaking bread.
But like, it really is, in its outworking, mostly just a vehicle for people who are too scared to get a real job. They just become a pastor, and then they schlep whatever opinion they want. Like like they talk about politics and how people should live and righteousness. And then that like virtue signaling calls out to the people in the community who agree with that. They create a congregation, and now they're making $75,000 a year.
Is that how much they make?
Oh, they make a lot more than that, most of them. Yeah.
Really?
It's tax-free income, dog.
Which we will soon be enjoying.
You think Kanye West opened up a church and then he became a billionaire? That's all you need to know.
He didn't become a billionaire and then open a church?
I should fact check that, because I actually fucking love Kanye West. So I ain't trying to talk shit about you. Sorry. Yeah, he opened up the church first, and then a fucking year later became a billionaire.
Smart guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been, that's why we're doing it too. Helicopters.
Oh, right. And you were talking about, and we can get dude to come on our podcast and like just.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Casey Treat.
That's the guy.
And he might be rad. I don't know. Like, I go hard in the paint on a lot of fundamentalists and shit, but there are a lot of pastors. Some of them are fucking awesome. I've met some really cool fucking pastors that just love helping people and very community service minded. But
if he's buddies with Mikey, then he's if he's still buddies with Mikey, then he's gotta be okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the one thing I will say is, if you're a rich pastor, you're a piece of fucking shit.
Well, he's a rich pastor, isn't he?
Oh, he's like one of the richest. Yeah. So there's nothing in the teachings of Jesus that give you
The green
grace. Sell all of your shit. Give it to the poor. Follow me. I say to you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter into.
You're cherry picking.
I can keep going, though.
It's nitpicking, isn't it? Where does it say that?
That what Matthew 10?
No, I was just doing Spinal Tap. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
It's nitpicking. Where does it say that? They can't print that. Where does it say that?
If it's in high definition, you'll die. Your Chris Cornell story last week. I've talked about it like 9 times, by the way, since then.
Dude, I saw the thing you put in the man boner.
The intro that Kate did.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, and who have you told this story to and why?
Because like I was explaining that like the weird part is like when we started doing this podcast, it was hard to get to the Bible because we just get high and tell band guy stories. Because where else do we get to tell band guy stories? No one else wants to hear that shit. And so Jeff Gall was down here. We went to the Comedy Store Tuesday, and like we were on the deck, and I was talking to him about like it's funny because like every time Jeff on the podcast will be like building up this cool story, and I'm like, oh, I've got a fucking tour story for that, and then I'll like tell my tour story, which will be like about listening to Mark Lanigan one time and having experience, and then Jeff will be like, yeah, when we lived at Duff's house and had that band, we made an album, and I'm like, like every one of your stories are so much cooler. I told him that the band boner story. I was like, I left a rehearsal space once. Chris Cornell was just there, and then Jeff's like, yeah, one time I was over at his house, and it's fucking rad. I wanted to.
It's a little embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. It's rad, and it's
it's fucking rad.
How long have we been picking the hard path of fucking working your dick off all day on weird art projects and stuff? Yeah. But I wanted to talk about guests, but it seems like we need to get into Exodus, right?
It does,
but because we will have guests soon.
Yeah, and I like the. Can we do 3 people on this?
Mm-hmm.
Can we do 3?
We can do more.
We can, right?
Yeah.
Soon. Yeah. Then we should probably just knock one out.
Yeah, I think so. There's a couple people, like I've already mentioned. I cannot believe we've read. That was the most chapters read in our podcast. That was like last week was 12 fucking chapters.
Well, it was Passover special.
We had to get there. We had to get there because, like you said, we don't know when the Easter Bunny was crucified for our sins.
It's important. Like, look, if they don't tell you how, he's a little bunny and he rolled that giant rock out of the way. It's like that. That's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
God's own private mystery.
And why does he love chocolate so much after this event of suffering?
Well, and where did he get the form to leave a chocolate Jesus behind?
Especially back then, 33 AD, that's really
melting chocolate? How could he light a fire with no thumbs?
Right.
And is that why, did he have like rabbit's feet? Did he have extra feet? Is that how the whole like...
We have so many questions.
No answers.
The gospel according to the Easter Bunny.
Here's another thing that I fucking did that I don't get credit for. I fucking rolled that goddamn rock out of the way.
Also, I wore a cape. No one even says that. It looked great.
Why didn't that transfer? I don't even know if I got a stupid little vest on. It wasn't a fucking vest. It was a purple cape. And Slash stole my look. I had a top hat first.
The Easter Bunny walks out to the crucifixion scene like James Brown. Does the splits.
Totally. Yeah. I don't know where we are on the... where are we?
13.
Now, I got to figure out how to get there, which means I'm going to have to do this because I lost my glasses. Yeah. Holy. It's is it? Oh, is it? It's not the Holy Bible, is it? It's
No.
Cepheus.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. That's my
Yeah.
problem. That's my problem. Hold on.
Okay.
And your problem also, apparently.
So I'm actually going to read along in my NIV. I thought this might be interesting as you're reading to point out the different words and how they're translated sometimes. Did you see this Bible? Check this shit out.
What's that?
You like this?
Oh yeah, you got your shit. Yeah,
I got my shit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All the pages are wrinkly, dirty.
Yeah. From soiled from use, soiled from the whole. Okay.
You know what's else also funny about this book, this Bible I have right here?
What is that, Leif?
It's called the John MacArthur Study Bible. And if you notice, you can see the portion of the scripture, and underneath you see all these words here. That's his notes. So he tells you what every verse means. It's great. It's not sacrilegious or idol worshiping at all.
All right. Well, can we do a little bit of idol worshiping?
You and me can. Yeah.
Sweet.
I just wanted to poke fun at John MacArthur.
Yeah, good. Okay. 13.
13, brother.
God spoke further to Moses, saying, consecrate me to every male firstborn, human and beast. The first male issue of every womb among the Israelites is mine.
Is that a... Okay. Sorry, keep going.
And Moses said to the people, remember this day on which you went free from Egypt, the house of bondage, how Yahweh freed you from it with a mighty hand. No leavened bread shall be eaten. You go free on this day in the month of Abib. So when Yahweh has brought you into the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which was sworn to your fathers to be given to you, a land flowing with milk and honey, you shall observe in this month the following practice. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh day there shall be a festival of Yahweh. Throughout the 7 days unleavened bread shall be eaten. No leavened bread shall be found with you, and no leaven shall be found in all your territory. Unleavened bread shall be eaten. No leavened bread. Leavened bread. You're really fucking concerned about this leavening, dude, aren't you?
I have an opinion about it, but we can keep going.
What's your opinion?
Well, this is like wrapped up in a holiday, a feast, a festival, a remembrance. And it's not just from this time. It's like they still, this faith still does this now, right? They celebrate the Passover to remember this horrible time. And it's just like a device of that, like because they had to leave so fast, they didn't have time for the bread to rise. They didn't put the yeast or leaven or whatever it is in. So it's like so weird that it's just a man-made holiday. It's a man-made thing that they just, like birthdays or something like this. And then there's like, because why the fuck would the God of the universe care how you're baking your fucking bread? Like what is it?
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, it's like, what? Like there's kids dying of cancer in your camp. Little Timmy got eaten by a wolf last week, or Jebediah or whatever, and like.
But hey, I see some leavened bread. I see some leavened bread.
What is that? Is that Mrs. Fields in there? Get that bread out of there. Like what the fuck? Like what does that matter?
And this shall serve you as a sign on your hand and as a reminder on your forehead, in order that the teaching of Yahweh may be in your mouth. That with a mighty hand Yahweh freed you from Egypt. You shall keep this institution at its set time from year to year. And when Yahweh has brought you into the land of the Canaanites, as God swore to you and to your fathers, and has given it to you, you shall set apart from Yahweh. You shall set apart for Yahweh every first issue of the womb, every male firstling that your cattle drop shall be Yahweh's. But every firstling ass you shall redeem with the sheep. If you do not redeem it, you must break its neck. Fucking nice. And you must redeem every male firstborn among your children. And when, in time to come, a child of yours asks you, saying, what does this mean? You shall reply, it was with a mighty hand that Yahweh brought us out of Egypt from the house of bondage. When the Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, Yahweh slew every male firstborn in the land of Egypt, the firstborn of both human and beast. Therefore I sacrifice to Yahweh every first male issue of the womb, but redeem every male firstborn among my children. So what does that mean? You're supposed to kill every firstborn, or you have to, what? You're supposed to kill every firstborn?
Well, and like, I guess not the donkeys, though. You can kill a sheep
instead of the donkeys?
In place of the donkey.
But wait, but you have to kill every first boy?
I've consecrated, let's look it up to on the Bible
Therefore I sacrifice to Yahweh every first male issue of the womb, but redeem every firstborn among my children.
So I only know how it was explained to me. So this is weird church shit right here. So that's what I'm going to look it up while I'm quoting this. But it's essentially like, because I was the first son, that means my life is supposed to be in service to God, to Yahweh.
Right. Well,
in any way.
Dodge that fucking bullet. But it also looks like it maybe means that redeem every male firstborn, like all the animals you're sacrificing is so that you don't have to kill your firstborn son. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I'm just again, that's the only answer I have.
Sacrifice to Yahweh every first male issue of the womb, but redeem every firstborn among my children. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. It's an old. It's still a Jewish tradition, it seems. And now it seems like they're redeemed with a silver coin. See, this is the problem. We're bumping into an ancient religion that Christianity is built on, but doesn't observe. So they don't do any of the feasts. They don't sacrifice. They don't, So I don't know much about the Jewish faith. But obviously this event is supposed to be remembered forever through this religion, right? This whole feast is built around this whole chapter is built around remembering it forever. Every firstborn male.
Do this in memory of me. Oh, and then you got to go, do this in memory of me. That's some Catholic shit right there.
Some Catholic shit. Dude, yeah, that book, Immortality Key, I'm just going to talk about it forever. It's fucking bonkers with that shit. But yeah, Israel, very steeped in ritual, very steeped in...
Oh, it's all ritual.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so it shall be as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol upon your forehead that with a mighty hand Yahweh freed us from Egypt. Now when Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them by way of the land of the Philistines, although it was nearer. For God said, the people may have a change of heart when they see war and return to Egypt. So God led the people round about by way of the wilderness at the Sea of Reeds. Now the Israelites went up armed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took with him the bones of Joseph, who had exacted an oath from the children of Israel, saying, God will be sure to take notice of you, and then you shall carry up my bones from here with you. They set out from Succoth and encamped at Etham at the edge of the wilderness. Yahweh went before them in a pillar of cloud by day to guide them along the way, and in a pillar of fire by night to give them light, that they might travel day and night. So there's a little in the house.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. There's one more verse. Read that one.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
The pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night did not depart from before the people.
Perfect.
Okay. Hey,
right? So like, yeah. I mean, the weird part is though, if he's like a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day, why wouldn't he just take them through that in the beginning of the chapter, he's like, he led them around an enemy so they would not run away from war, because he was afraid the Israelites would run away from war. And it's like, you just fucking dropped a fuckload of plagues on the most powerful people of that time. You just fucking parted a sea. You can't lead your people.
They haven't parted a sea yet.
Oh, they haven't parted a sea yet?
No.
Oops, forgive me. I just spoiled. God damn it, Leaf.
They were the Israelites. Yeah, but apparently that's not a spoiler. That was on the trailer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So that's not really a spoiler.
Okay, thank you, friend. But you know what I'm saying? It's just why does God care about bread? Well, how can he do these miraculous things so instantly?
Right.
And he can't protect them. I don't know. And a fire, can you imagine following a big ass ball of fire at night?
Doesn't say big ass, just as a pillar of fire. So it's like a pillar.
Yeah.
Like
that would be enough for me. I could be 3 feet tall and I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Totally. Yeah, I'm on board with it. As long as he's showing up, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Then you people aren't, I don't believe they're sheep if they're following a pillar of fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm back, and I would be like, okay, no, that's cool. No, that is smoke. Is that a UFO? I don't care. I'm following it. Get your phone out. What's a phone? Oh, shit. My buddy sent me, he's down in Texas helping his mom out. Mikey, the guy was just the guy who knows Casey, whatever. He sent me a video that is a TikTok video.
Oh, really? He filmed it?
He fucking filmed it, yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's totally...
Can you send it to me?
Fuck yeah, I can. Yeah.
Did you send it to Squires?
I didn't, no. I didn't think about it yet. All right, there you go. I sent it to you.
Okay, badass.
And the thing that's crazy is he took a couple of stills of so it's this little white dot going crazy in the sky, and he took a still of it, and down below, something he didn't see looks like a total fucking little UFO. I can show you that part. I can show you the picture.
What the fuck?
So this picture.
Okay. Let's move it up a little bit. There was a glare.
So this little dot at the top. See that thing?
Okay. Yeah.
That's the thing he was filming, and he took a still of it, and then when he saw the picture, this thing is at the bottom of it. That's at the bottom of it, right? So it's like
the fucking flying saucer.
Well, so that
dot is connected somehow to that.
Well, that dot, that's it's funny because I can't even see. Oh, there it is.
For people just listening, there's a shot
so,
over a house. There's a white dot, and then
so that little dot, is the thing that was zooming all around, and this thing is that. And Mike didn't see that. He was just taking that's just I'll send it to you.
I can't see it actually.
It's exactly those little fucking, it's one of those fucking videos.
God damn it.
God damn it.
God damn it. Dude,
and he's been waiting his whole life. To see one, and the girl he was with was like, come on, we gotta get going. He's like, what are you fucking talking about? I want to fucking come on, we're gonna get going.
UFO.
Yeah. And they're not you know what? They're it's it's indoctrination now. It's just getting us ready. It's been going on. It's been going on this whole time. They've already said that.
See, this is the fun thing. Like,
people are going to be so fucking up in arms.
You fall on a different side of the fence with that Tom DeLonge theory.
What do you mean?
Like, well, because when I heard Tom DeLonge on that podcast on Joe Rogan years and years and years ago, I was like, he sounds fucking crazy.
He does sound crazy, but everything he said has happened. He's like, they already, hasn't they? I'm not saying that like he's not crazy and he's not a wonky dude. I'm just saying like everything that he said. But I don't know. Maybe he is.
There's some circles he runs in. He's really nice. Yeah.
Okay. But everything he said then, like everything's transpired. Like they had footage. They like all this stuff, and all of the. He was just saying it's coming.
God,
like
smoking weed. Jesus Christ. I mean, how? Because like you said, like growing up the way I did and believing so fervently, and then,
so fervently that what
about the Bible, and religion, like I'm not like a conspiracy theorist. Let's just say that. Like growing up in those circles.
It's on the cover of on the cover of Newsweek. It's on the cover, like all of the multinational news organizations are now openly, New York Times, openly touting this thing. It's like they're saying, yep, corn grows in a field. We're going to confirm that. We're going to go ahead and confirm corn grows on a stalk. It's covered, and if you peel the stalk off, stick it in water, it'll taste just like corn. It's like that. They're just saying that. It's like they're giving. What else have they been lying about, and how long?
Dude, 2022. Try not to be a conspiracy theorist.
It's not even. They're not.
It's just after after the Epstein fucking shit. That was too much for America. Period. And now we got aliens. We got this pandemic. Everything's. It's just like. It's so rough out there. It's so rough out there. What can you trust? I mean, but this alien shit has really fucked with me because obviously, like, I think aliens are the coolest shit in the world. The whole idea of them are just so amazing. Have you seen any of those like videos where someone will just be holding like a little tiny white cracker looking thing on the sky, and then it just keeps zooming into that section of the sky? They go all the way to the galaxies and the universes. It just keeps going. Have you ever seen those kind of like illustrations?
I don't know.
I'm going to try to find it and send it to you because it'll blow your fucking mind. Because it's like you just see the amount of stars that are out there. And not just stars, but galaxies.
Yeah. Have you you're talking about like that picture that's like the biggest picture ever, like it's the picture with the most information ever taken. And it's like the night sky, and you can just like keep zooming in.
Yeah.
And keep zooming in.
Mm-hmm.
It's real, right? It's not like a.
Yeah. Have you heard of the James Webb telescope that got launched? That's like. You haven't heard of this? It's fucking badass.
Well, his brother Dave Webb. That was.
So.
They
just. They just shot this satellite up that has. I'll just cut to the chase. It can look farther than anything else. And the mission was so successful, it actually got there with like more fuel than anticipated. So it's going to send back images for a lot longer than we thought. And light, as it travels, if it's coming towards you, it has like a blue hue. And if it's going away, it has a red hue. Kind of like the Doppler effect. You know what the Doppler effect is with the sirens?
Don't talk to me. Don't talk.
I've never been to school. I don't know what gets taught there. Anyway, point being, so light does that same thing, and so they're pointing this telescope at the red light, and they think they're going to be able to see, basically, back in time.
Yeah, the remnants of the Big Bang.
Yeah, I mean, to the Big
Bang. Light still traveling away from the Big Bang. and stuff.
But it's like, how could we be alone?
Yeah,
there's no way.
But that doesn't mean that what we've been seeing is alien. It's probably alien technology. I can almost guarantee. It's fucking. There's people who know. I promise. And the problem with the sheep is you throw up a giant light in the sky and they all huddle under the tree, and there's going to be it's going to come. There's going to be a thing that happens. It's going to be like 9/11 only global. There's going to be like a global enemy. And I don't, I'm not conspiracy. I'm just like, look, it's gamesmanship. It's like, it's game theory. It's like, what do you do? You tell me that. I mean, I don't care. I just think it's inevitable that like the people who, hopefully not in our lifetime and hopefully not in our kids' lifetime, but once you greenlight alien technology, then what's isn't the next step? Oh my God, here they are. Oh my God, we need all your, I don't know. I'm going to go buy guns. Seriously. Fucking big, strong guns. Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do much.
If you know what?
The way those things move.
Oh, I'm not going to shoot them. I'm not going to shoot those. But something's, somebody's remote controlling that shit. And those people are going to come.
Dude, when the pandemic hit, I went to a hunting supply store to get like basically a survival bucket, like stereo pen, masks, and nothing. I wasn't like going and buying like fucking an AR. Just going there to get like matches and like shit in case shit goes down. Yeah. The line outside, because they sell guns there and ammo. The line was like, you had to take a number and come back in like 4 or 5 days.
Take a number.
You can get in by Saturday.
Yeah, there's this place up on Aurora that I would drive by. It was always just a dude standing in line, waiting for they sell ammo, and it was all ammunition. And yep.
But like, what happens to religion?
At that point, honestly, seriously, is that your question?
Yeah.
Because let's just use 9/11 as a blueprint, or Pearl Harbor as a blueprint. Or the Gulf of Tonkin, where there's an attack or there's something that's so otherworldly, so unexpected, and so outside your imagination.
Yeah.
That the sheep hand over, they're like, fucking do something. Give them all the power.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. I see
huddle us into places so that you can protect us. It's the people who are going to be trying to enforce what the sheep have mandated for their own safety. Those are the people you want to be shooting with your AR. Well, because they're gonna want to enforcement, and that's that's going to be a problem.
I mean, I've spent so much time around human beings that just try to forecast the future.
I'm not forecasting. All I'm saying is,
I wasn't trying to take it that way for this, but I was,
you remember 9/11?
You are.
You remember 9/11?
Yeah.
9/11 was so shocking. People loved George Bush.
That's how fucking real. Exactly.
That's how shocking 9/11 was.
That blew my mind.
People who were completely rational, thinking people acquiesced to George Bush.
Yeah.
So that was just humans flying human machines into human structures. Okay.
God damn it.
And the whole world fucking flipped out. Everyone loved the US for about 3 weeks. Everybody. everybody was like, they flew human machines into human structures and killed human beings.
Goddamn.
All right.
Damn.
The whole fucking planet was on our side. I just got goosebumps.
That was good.
You tell me a fucking Independence Day happens.
I'm feeling you.
In some, like, and I'm not, being dramatic. I'm just saying, like, they've already said these things exist. They're green lighting that. Okay. So just extrapolate 9/11 to non-human, or at least non-human appearing entities with non-human appearing technology, fucking people up with non-human appearing, weaponry. Tell me what happens. And I'm not like,
Will Smith
this is going to happen.
Slap one of them.
And then go sit down and enjoy the rest of his evening.
Get a fucking Oscar for it. Sorry, Fresh Prince. Sorry, I'm not trying to poke at it. But like,
keep my alien's mouth out your fucking wife. Keep my alien's mouth out your fucking wife.
With the lip quivering.
Right.
I guess the reason I even asked that question at first is because, like, the amount of weird discussions I've been involved with human beings about the future of faith, and like, there would be questions thrown out around, like, Bible studies, like, what if aliens come? Would you still believe in Jesus? And so many, an alarming amount of humans were like, oh yes, absolutely. No.
Well, I don't know what the difference is. See, that's what we were trying to go back to in Genesis.
Okay.
Was what is the difference?
What do you mean?
If aliens come from the heavens, and the Anunnaki are from heavens come, what's the fucking difference?
So the difference, Israel.
No.
You don't want me to?
No.
About Christianity and Judaism?
Go ahead. No. I'm just saying, like, no. Jesus is not an alien. He might be a divine. He might be a divine creature, but I'm just saying, God is an alien.
Well, let me give you my answer since you asked for it, and you might still be right, but
it was a rhetorical question. I'm not asking, because I think honestly, trying to answer it in any way other than, like, if God is a multidimensional creature, if he's a multidimensional being, well, like, if you're really, like, if God is anything other than an idea, okay. Are you saying God is anything other than an idea? Like, is he real? Is God real?
I am not. Are you asking me right now?
Now I am. Yeah, now I'm asking you. Is God real?
I didn't even I had a really good answer for that. Now you're define
couching.
God and give me 3 examples.
I need 2,000 words on why God is like a potato.
I think it's
is God real?
It's you're gonna have to let me answer. You can't. It's not a yes real? Or no.
Is God real?
You keep repeating. You keep asking me questions.
Why?
Then cutting me off.
But it's God real. But also, it's God real.
I grew up with such a weird idea of God, and the idea that is presented in most religions, I think, is completely fucked up, and I don't think it represents what I would use that word to define. So when you say, "Is God real?" I boil it down to,
God a person? Is God a person?
How could you fucking know? How in any way could you, even with all the religions and all the evidence that he's supposedly given us, if you study them at all and try to, like, draw a black and white statement like that, it's just fucked. There's no there's no absolutes in these ancient books. They're complex, they're contradictory, they change, they evolve, and they're great. I'm not saying I love them. I read it all the time. But my opinion, when you put a name on it, label on it, a sex on it, it's rude. If there is something bigger than us that created all of this, it just seems rude to me to be like, it's a dude. Like, what if it's a fucking...
Yeah, okay, but here's my deal. Okay, so how about this? Whoopsie. I sent it to Squires, and now he's like, I didn't get anything. So what if you had grown up? What if alien? But now we're saying, so are aliens real?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think there's another dimension. I think there's a thing that we refer to God as kind of on the right track. I think,
right.
Yeah. So I think there's something beyond this that we don't understand that
Right.
might be completely influencing. Sure.
And so what do you think if there'd been let's see here. I don't even know how to say this. We're now everybody's greenlighting UFOs.
Okay.
So whether or not it's definitely, I don't know if we can say definitely, but it certainly appears to be technology that didn't originate on this planet, right?
Doesn't seem to be.
Right. Nope. So let's just use Occam's razor and say, if it appears not to have originated on this planet, it's probably from somewhere else. Is that fair?
Sure.
And that, I mean, it doesn't take a bunch of steps to go from this technology originated somewhere else to saying the people there that it was brought here by somebody, it got here somehow. Then it was probably, I don't want to, I'm just saying that to me, especially after Genesis, when they're like, divine creatures were here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Divine creatures were here and they were lusting. They made us in their image. So there's a place they came from. They're not just like in the ether or in the netherworld.
Well, they say heaven, right? They say the other dimension. That's how we've been taking it for thousands of years.
When they're talking about divine beings being here, they don't necessarily say they came from heaven. But the heavens, but just that word, what's that?
Well, no, keep going. I like where you're going with this, and I'm following.
Well, just the heaven is fine because,
right.
Heavens means above.
Exactly.
Heaven was always above, right? It was just it was just the sky up in the
working
clouds.
with what they got.
Right?
These are the words we
They're
got.
like third graders going, heaven, right? It's like, so I just, so anyway.
I mean, they haven't even gotten to drilling demons out of people's brains yet. That's how old it is. They're before those events in history, right? So that, if it's up there, I do think your angle of saying that essentially this God of the Old Testament, whoever kicked off human evolution, is like possibly an alien species that was visiting for a while, and that it could be encompassed here. And when I say what Christians deal with it, with this whole thing, is they believe a very different version of this book than we're finding out here, and it's very black and white to them. So if there are if there's aliens, it disproves their belief in this book, and that's what I'm saying. It's like all of their beliefs in this book, because they believe that we're the only place.
And we've already covered the fact that even without having even, well, I think after we got in 3 chapters into Matthew, and I think we sort of covered the fact that and we've already talked about the fact that that book, the New Testament, is cherry picked, and what's the difference between inclusive? What's the opposite of inclusive? Exclusive is exclusive, and was only, Jesus only became the Son of Man, the Son of God,
Son of Man
after Constantine, right?
It's what you're saying is right, and we could go on more or less.
Just like broad strokes.
It is kind of the brutal angle of it, and that's the one I take. But there has been lots of good men, amazing people, amazing women pouring their lives into this religion, and so you got to bow at that. But what you just said is absolutely right. Yeah, and then the cherry picked thing is like, just go read about Constantine. And then now when you do that and you realize that this is more of like the 66 books that everyone reads is more of like a Roman state propaganda document that was put together to kind of keep a fucking unbalanced nation together. You realize the validity of the apocryphal books too. So the books that weren't canonized now are like, all of a sudden they're like, well, people that were closer to the event of Jesus Christ than us believe this. Mary Magdalene, for example, when it says do not be lawmakers or lawgivers,
so boss. Like, yeah, like, and what did they do? Like, they made it exactly that. They turned themselves into lawmakers.
You know, we're humans. We're fallible. Like, power is so fucking addictive for people. We've seen it. We've been right next to it for people, and then people. It's like giving a Ferrari to a fucking 6-year-old kid. They just ram their whole life off and these consequences have echoed down much worse than that. They're like wars have been fought over this. People have been brutalized and killed and murdered for not believing.
So, but I think we're like we've
in
like
the weeds.
Well, not only in the weeds, but we're in the wrong forest. It's like we're not it's like we still. The bottom line is that it's the difference between the perceived, like the stated God,
okay,
that we've been and divine beings that we've been reading about, and a being that's doesn't originate from this planet. I don't see any difference.
Yeah, I'm on board. I feel the same way.
So like having to say alien and God. Okay, well, nobody wants to call God an alien, but how about beings that didn't originate from this planet? What's the difference between the divine beings who created us in their image and beings not from this planet? Beings who don't originate.
I don't think there is any, right? And I think
that's all I'm saying.
Right. And
so when you asked, I don't think that religion and belief in aliens or aliens showing up are mutually exclusive. I think it's actually proof of the Bible, at least of the Old Testament.
I give you that 100%. And again, the way we're taking, the way the Bible has been taken ever since then is the opposite of what we just said. So, this is a stake.
Say that one more time.
If we were to continue reading this book and you would kind of glean all the different sayings in the sections.
No, but just say what you said again, because I exactly what the
mainstream Christian beliefs, including Catholicism, would completely disagree with us, and they would cite a bunch of verses. I've read this a bunch. And Genesis, I've read more than most because it's the first book. Because you start reading the Bible, and then you stop at Exodus because it's boring. But this is a good book
for sure. I think that same, like, just because the Catholics and Christians, just because their book goes against what we're saying, they also have never read the book, and so it's like the echo. The echo of how intense what might have happened was that being beings that didn't originate from here, came here and made us in their image. The echo of that occurrence is so loud that they created a whole nother stupid, shitty religion around it. A couple of them, 3 or 4 of them, half a dozen of them, and people don't even care because it's like the foundational thing is that fucking aliens came here. You know what I mean? It's like so they don't necessarily need to change their, like, aliens wouldn't change their opinion of the second stupid book. You know what I mean? Because they've never read it anyway. So like, when you're saying it's like, well, if aliens show up, that's going to go against the Catholics and the Christians. Catholics and the Christians don't give a shit. They're getting paid, and they're going to get to go to heaven, because they're,
yeah. You can't get paid. You can't get paid to just play games like a slow PE teacher.
Yeah.
This is so fucking funny to me, though. This whole idea. In our church, we just like play Ridley Scott films. We're like, from first Prometheus, 17,
Interstellar. No, wait. What if? Now here, when old Ridley finally realizes that her dad left her behind,
and
I wrote some lyrics about wanting the truth. Because that's one of the movies that I'll play when I do some howl therapy.
Okay.
When I do just some crying.
Yeah.
That's one of the, Yeah.
You gotta like, it gets you there. It's like
When she's like leaving the message. Do you know that film?
what movie?
Interstellar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you know how like he finally gets they come back from that planet and there's like 70 years of messages waiting.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he listens to the one. She's like, well, today I'm the age you were when you left. And she goes, because she's never left him. And that one, I'm just like,
oh man.
And I just sit there and howl like that until my fucking pineal gland uncrystallizes.
That's dude, especially if you're a parent.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good one.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a good one.
But like, you know, I know there's a lot of alien talk, but
well, it's the same thing. Bible talk and alien talk's the same shit, man.
That's what I'm saying. Because like, what if this really was a fucking pillar of fire by fucking night? What if this, and it looked like a pillar because the alien's only 3 feet tall and he's hovering right in front. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the Bible's been so demystified, it's been explained to me through these weird different denominations I've gone to forever, and it pisses you off, and it leaves, it's horrible. It leaves a real bitter taste in your mouth, and I think that it's such a shitty thing that's happened to this ancient tradition, and that's why we're doing this. You know, it's like, I think this shit is kind of interesting, but my rational mind can never deal with it. But like, as of right now, thinking about this is more of like a UFO. You know?
Yeah.
Because like, we do seem to be a lot different than a platypus or a zebra. You know, human beings are different than any other thing here.
Yeah. No, it's like we're the only we're the only people that fuck up our environment. We're the only fucking creature here that thinks we're more important than the ship, you know?
Yeah.
Like the fleas are more important than the dog.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of stupid fucking fleas, man.
Well, it also could be that thing that what if there's this DNA inside us that's from a species that it's like we have amnesia. Because like
fucking divine.
Right. And you're like, man, sitting in traffic, you know, eating fast food because you're fucking too late to fucking get to work. You're like, I was not built for this. You know, because you can like fly really, and you can like travel through parallel universes and dimensions possibly. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Why do we all feel inadequate most times, you know? Or have, you know? It's innate.
That's why we play music.
Dude, that is the number one.
Create something out of where nothing was before.
Yeah, it's just a wormhole, just a portal. That's what a good show does. It's like fucking, yeah. It's so cool too, getting to be a part of that shit. Oh yeah, Mike Squires is going crazy on this. That's great.
Has he been able to see the thing? He said, I think he said he couldn't see it.
I haven't looked. I was trying to, you know, the great part about doing this podcast more is I'm able to keep a string of conscious thought.
Motherfucker, I just got a blank blue, like, voice bubble.
Can you hear
Nothing
in it. Yeah. He's the best. Have you listened?
I'm telling him it's a video. You have to watch it on a bigger screen.
Yeah. Have you heard his Golden Shower of Hits podcast? Where they just review albums and shit? It's great.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, it's awesome.
I keep spamming them with like trying to get them to review this album called The Champion by this Christian artist named Carmen. It's like I keep like requesting it.
Yeah, and they haven't done it because they
not yet, but I've got faith. Yeah,
we digress.
Well, like I feel like because we read 12 chapters of the Bible last week, we earned this. We earned our own fucking conversation about this shit. Because like,
well, and I had some woman came through my line who read Hebrew, said her
Oh, yeah.
dad taught her Hebrew, and I was like, yeah, so Yahweh and Elohim, different guys, right? She's like, well, she didn't like that at all.
There's so many fucking crazy problems with the book of Hebrews, by the way.
I don't know that.
Like with it changes over years, and we'll get into that. But yeah, it's so I can arm you with that next time, where you can be like, that's where the fool and knave comes from. Fool and knave, leave the original reading. Like the scribe.
Right.
Yeah. And so
that's where it comes from.
yeah. And like that's what's been hijacked, because there is this like innate wonder in all of us to like know if there is something that created us or where we come from. It almost feels like we're deserved it in a way. Whoa, you just lit up.
What's that?
You just lit up. You're all there. Okay.
Sorry.
It was like, no, that's cool. It was like, I'm high. So it was like disco.
Oh.
So, but like,
I think so. I'm like super, super fortunate in that manner, in that, because like, so being adopted is like my own personal origin story.
Okay.
You know, like having to live this. I had never had amnesia. I always knew I was adopted, but like a lot of people live that way. But like not knowing where you're from, not knowing who it is that you do look like, you know, like
totally.
You know, like apparently we were made in the image of God, right? But we don't know who that is.
Totally.
We were like raised by people who we don't look like or whatever. And I got to find the people I look like and find that whole, you know, it's like, but I also think that's why I have so many family members. That's why you know, like I had family, everyone's family to me, because I didn't have, my family wasn't everything, because it, you know, I didn't know anybody. So I didn't
That's
resonate
why your
necessarily.
tribes, yeah, your tribe's rad. That's why parties at your house rule.
But yeah, just like I can totally understand. I don't know. It's so hard to not know, and it's going to drive. Like I'm really looking forward to. First of all, weed went legal. That I didn't think I'd ever see that. Getting to grow it for, you know, even though it didn't go that well, just getting to have a crop like that and be a fucking weed farmer, I can check that box, you know.
Yeah.
And then the UFOs, man. It's like if that happens in my lifetime, we get to see, you know, because it's coming. I mean, they're not gonna, you know, it's coming, and I'm really excited for it. Just to, you know what? Maybe it's going to be a false flag, something or other, and it's like, and you know, whatever. But we're going to get to peek a little bit behind the curtain. You know, I think hopefully in our lifetime. You know,
it's pretty. There's so much going on right now. You know, and I always wonder, is this just like the byproduct of technology? Like, it's so convenient. Like, you would never have thought as a kid growing up that your problem would be, it took me 30 minutes to figure out what movie I want to watch. You know, because like having every option for some reason just fucking breaks our brain, you know?
Yeah, well, there were also pandemics before there was technology. You know,
yeah, but again, like, what a different unknown we're projecting into right now as a species. Like, there's a lot going on, and how do you keep up with it?
Well, the fact that there's unknown every fucking night. Just look up in the sky. It's like we don't have any answers. It's always been that, and it's just. I don't understand. Yeah, well, whatever.
What do you mean?
And that's the Bible's trying to get people to not look up in the sky and question who we are. You know what I mean? It's like no one. Oh, you know, you have to think about heaven. Heaven is you're not allowed to look up and see heaven.
No, it's right here, motherfucker.
I'm telling you what it is, and I'm the one that can get you there. You know, it's like no, it's fucking the unknown. We are immersed in the fucking unknown. And these people are trying to tell you they have the answer, and they're fucking full of shit. And I'm like, and I don't mean to be fucking so fucking half empty about it, but it's like, I want all the greatest. I want everyone as curious as they can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want people thinking they have the answer.
Yeah.
Then they don't, you know,
Yeah.
they don't have the
then you
answer.
don't find the actual truth.
Because then you don't, because you're not looking.
Yeah, because you're just trying to. It's confirmation bias is what you're looking for. You're looking to build up more people that believe what you believe, so you think it's real. It's like
Yeah.
you get lost. It's like that's like a hall of mirrors of your life.
I don't trust people who say they have the answer.
Right? Exactly.
Where'd you get that from? I mean, I like Elon Musk. I like he doesn't
I seem
say
to too.
he doesn't have.
I don't know.
He doesn't have answers that he doesn't. He has some answers, but he doesn't fucking pretend to have all the answers.
No.
I don't know.
I'm really. I mean, like. I'm at a loss for words a little bit when it comes to that. When it comes to the future, and
How could you not be?
but what you said about people who like fucking when they act like they have the answer, that's just when it's like if they show you and present you with their why they have their opinion, like from this book, this fact, this, even if it's just a feeling they have, if they can like give it, I can respect that, but like just like the fucking Don't Look Up movie, just like the thing you just said about like this book has got us all looking down. It's like that is the best sentence of, right?
Yeah.
It's like, how is that not the most evil thing in the world? How could this not be a creation of what this book calls Satan? If it's got you looking down at yourself and not just what a beautiful thing we have, this life. How did it get here? We have no idea. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I can't sleep. Life's fucking rad. Yeah.
That's why I drink, man. It's too much.
It's so cool. Having a drink is one of the greatest. Dude, having a great meal, get fucked. What's better than having like an amazing meal?
Bone China.
Bone China.
My friend. Copulating.
Another amazing meal. So what if one of these spaceships shows up, and you know how like we put decals on the side of our fighters? There's like one that shows up, it just says Yahweh on the side. It has like
like Maverick.
Yeah, like
smoke
comes,
Yahweh.
Yeah, this like little alien. It looks like Al Pacino from The Devil's Advocate or something pops up.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, I'm back. Whatever. I don't know.
Our church might have some wacky beliefs.
I think we reached the end of our cul-de-sac today.
I think we did.
I hate it when I get fucking all like. It's super frustrating. People are super frustrating. Like the masses, the herd, the sheep.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe we're just not supposed to get this far without an asteroid reset. Maybe we're just not supposed to get this far without. We're not supposed to be this populated. We've had too many near misses, and we need a couple of fucking strikes to like thin the herd again.
I think it's great though. I think it's great, and maybe we got way farther before. I don't have much to back this up, obviously, but I like to think that. Like, dude, like, there's a bunch of weird shit with the pyramids that you can just get stoned and go on fucking hours and hours of just deep thinking of weird stuff with, like.
No, I hear you. I'm just,
and so like, what if civilization was like way farther and we realized that we didn't need technology at all? Like, we could all telepath, the sky is the limit with what you want to get stoned and think about back then, right? Because it's
literally,
yeah, it was a reset. But I don't know. I know that. I don't know, man. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we aren't, because
maybe we aren't. What?
We're supposed to get this far, I mean, God got mad when we made a tower. He scrambled up all our languages when we made a tower.
Fact check.
Tower Babel.
Fact check.
We just grazed over that one in Genesis. Really boring.
I know. We might have to revisit Genesis.
There's a bunch of great books. Exodus, we only did one chapter today, but like Job's great. Proverbs is fucking rad. We could read Proverbs over and over and over and over and over again. You know, there's a bunch of great books. We got plenty of time. We'll just build the spider web of our knowledge of what the whole book says, and then get to the fucking New Testament. Because I don't think you could like if we went into like 1st or 2nd Corinthians, you would like break your computer.
It's possible. And again, I think I said this, but it's like I didn't realize I knew. I probably do know most of it. You know, like 18 years of Catholic Mass.
Oh yeah.
They probably got through most of it, and you know, and whatever 10 years of catechism school, you know, it's like, oh, that's it.
Yeah,
it's like
that's where you got all that teaching from, those 3 verses.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Well, we
all
say
right.
goodbye.
Well, yeah,
and to everyone in Germany, thank you.
Thanks everybody, and the guys in Vietnam, we really appreciate you.
Thank you. For Ireland, thank you. England, you know where's big? Where's that? Malaysia. Yeah. Right now, we have some people that's been growing slowly over there.
All right, thanks, Malaysia.
Japan. There's a bunch more actually. We'll name them.
Bye.
That's the word. I remember that story.
Oh, you want to know something really funny? And if Japanese people are listening, so the story is like I asked. Opai. Apparently that means tits. And it's very similar to kompai, which means cheers. Kompai. It's like prost or whatever. And so we would be over there and I want to make a toast.
You'd be
Opai. And they're like, no. I'm like, Opai. And it's just, so fast forward, my nephew is at the Musicians Institute down there in Hollywood, California. And he came back home for Christmas or whatever, and I was like, we were having Christmas dinner, and I was like toasting. I said, "Opa," and he's like, "Oh my!" And he started laughing because there's a Japanese kid in one of his classes says it all the time. That's all he ever says is "Opa." It's not a great story. Maybe we can edit that. Anyway, that's for the Japanese.
Anyway, we leave you with that. We love you all.
Bye, guys.
Adios, bitches.